In the time signature, the bottom number is not always 4. Sometimes it can be 8 or 2. In dealing with time signatures whose bottom numbers are 8, such as 6/8 time, you have to change your point of reference. 8 means 8th note, and now the 8th note gets 1 beat. The quarter note gets 2. Here are some examples. In 6/8 time, the 8th note gets 1 count. The quarter note gets 2. The dotted quarter gets 3, and the dotted half gets 6. This is at an andante tempo. Remember, the main beat is now an 8th note. Every tick represents an 8th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If the bottom number is 2, such as 4/2 or 2/2 time, the 2 means half note, and the half note receives 1 count. Notice the quarter note now gets half a beat. In the next example, the half note is now the main beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In alternating time signature examples, the bottom number has never changed. Let's do some patterns in which the bottom number changes from 4 being a quarter note getting 1 count to 8 with the 8th note getting 1 count. In switching back and forth between time signatures, keep the 8th note constant. Count ands during the 4/4 measure. Look over this example before trying to clap the patterns. The first 2 measures are in 5/8 time, the next in 4/4. Since the first measure is in 5/8, let's let the 8th note be the constant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In the next examples, we have 5/8, 3/8, then 2/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Everything in rhythm must be mathematically correct. Say a composer doesn't want sound on every single beat of the measure. Since we have to account for every beat, we insert rests when the composer wants silence. Rests receive the same time values as their equivalent notes. In 4/4 time, a quarter note receives 1 beat, and a quarter rest receives 1 beat. A half note receives 2 counts, and a half rest receives 2 counts. An 8th note gets half a count, and an 8th rest gets half a count. A 16th note gets 1/4 of a count, and a 16th rest gets 1/4 of a count. A whole note gets 4 counts, and a whole rest gets 4 counts. Let's look at some examples with rests incorporated. Remember, we're clapping where we'll eventually be playing. Only clap notes, but allow the correct amount of time for the rests. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Going on to the next example in 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. In playing the piano, each hand will be playing a different beat pattern. Let's try some examples. The left hand will read the notes with the stems going down. The right hand will read the notes with the stems going up. Remember, count aloud and make your clapping follow your counting, not the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next example is in 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Many pieces start with an incomplete added measure that occurs before the first bar line. This is an upbeat or an anacrusis measure. The incomplete measure is completed in the last measure of the piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 3. Whenever counting the rhythm patterns, you may have noticed yourself putting accents on certain beats naturally. For example, in 4/4 time, beats 1 and 3 are the natural strong beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. In other words, beats 1 and 3 are accented. Sometimes the strong beats aren't always on 1 and 3. Sometimes the piece is written so that beats 2 and 4 are strong. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is accent of a weak beat or syncopation. This gives us a definite rhythmic challenge. Sometimes the emphasis can be placed on the and of a main beat. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Syncopation really puts excitement into rhythm patterns. Let's do some examples. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going on to the next example. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. As I mentioned earlier, there are some terms that you need to know. These terms apply to rhythm. Tempo changes. Accelerando or excel. Gradually speed up the tempo. Retardando, RIT period. Gradually slow the tempo down. This usually appears at the end of the piece. A tempo. This means to continue in the tempo you were in before you made a tempo change. Fermata. This little symbol above a note means to hold it longer than its original time value.